welcome to The Scene. I'm Blaine Evans, and we're very pleased to be joined by 50% of one of Canada's favorite rock bands. We've got Andrew and Chris from Sloan. Guys, thanks for joining us. How's it going?
Thanks for having us. Oh, it's great. Yeah, I just woke up and it's 2 p.m. That's my definition of happiness.
Andrew, how have you been?
Excellent. I woke up about 3.5 hours ago.
So the new record is The Double Cross, and the first single, Unkind, quickly been climbing up the charts. It's a very fun tune.
Yeah, it's a good one. We made a little video for it, just a simple video, and it got lots of plays on Vivo or whatever.
I don't know why you have to cross that line. You cross that line where you can be so kind sometimes, and you can be unkind sometimes.
Since that, we don't have a new record, but we've been sort of touring behind our second record, Twice Removed, and we did sort of like a reissue, like a deluxe package for that.
One of the unique things about your guys' group is that you have 4 individual songwriters, singers. You play multiple positions. Is that something was that by plan, or was that something you had to sort of learn to manage?
A little of both, I think. I mean, I play a lot of different instruments, so does Chris, and some people play 1 or 2 different things, so we just kind of figured it out. We all write songs. I play the drums predominantly, but I don't write songs on the drums. So it just kind of organically took whatever shape it is now.
So how does that, when you're going into the studio, how does that process work? Is it entirely solo, or do you guys have input?
It depends on the record. We're able to collaborate a certain amount, but sometimes for efficiency's sake, like Andrew is modest. He's the best drummer in the band and probably the best guitar player. So he'll say, I'm going to start at noon, and I'll come up at 2, and he's almost done. He's done everything. So he's really quick, and it takes me a lot longer. I have to think of things a lot longer, but I usually get Andrew to play drums for me, and oftentimes guitar for me, and sometimes piano. He's a monster.
Are you ready for this to take a hold of you?
So since we are looking at basically 20 years here since the release of your first full album, and we're celebrating Twice Removed on this tour,
Yep.
I thought maybe we could have a little fun here, get you guys
We'll see.
thinking back. You guys can both jump in and answer these. You ready?
I have a really good memory, so you're in trouble.
All right, finish the sentence, guys. You can both answer this one. I knew we were famous when?
Well, I'll play along. I never thought we were, but when we were hanging out with Joey Ramone and Liza Minnelli and Meatloaf at the 1992 Grammys party that we crashed.
How about you, Andrew?
I never really thought of us being famous. I thought we were just kind of successful, with heavy quotes, musicians.
That's one way of putting it.
How about I thought we were successful until we're good friends with Feist, and then she became actually successful. And we were like, right, we're not that successful.
Picture, but it hasn't stopped me yet. We've all been in one situation or another we regret. Now I'm the other man.
How about the most embarrassing moment that's ever happened during a Sloan show?
Well, I have one. I was crowd surfing, which is embarrassing enough, and then my shirt was ripped off me, and I'm not a huge fan of being shirtless, and then I had to slink back onto the stage without my shirt and run backstage and hide until someone came with a shirt.
Do you have anything to top that?
Most embarrassing moment. It hasn't happened in some time. Every time we play terribly.
What's the worst venue that you've ever played? Everyone's got that dingy, awful, the sound couldn't get it right.
I don't mind those places. I hate playing, it's like some small town, and they're like, we'll book them into the hockey rink, and it's just like, it's like, 300 people, or which would be great in a small place, and it's just like, this looks terrible because the hockey rink is empty. Anyway, it's usually those, like a small town thing where people think it's a good idea to book the stadium or something. It's like, we're not that big.
But then that's nothing new. It takes a hold of you. I don't know why
final question. This one's for Chris. You can finish the sentence for me. One thing I know about the rest of my life.
Well, the line is, I know that I'll be living it in Canada, which I feel is a sort of pandering, embarrassing line to have written, but I wanted to get on the radio.
One thing I know about the rest of my life, I know that I'll be living it in Canada. I know I said I'll share the rest of my days.
Guys, thanks for joining us. I'm Blaine Evans, and we are out of here.